Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It is Tuesday, May 21st, and we are here trying to help you make better financial decisions. And if you do have something that's coming up, maybe you're weighing a new job, maybe you're taking the summer off and you're trying to find yourself, and now you've decided it is the moment where you must really check in with Jill and Mark to figure out the next stage of your life. If that's you, just go to jillonmoney.com. Click the Contact Us button and let us know if you would be willing to come on the air live by checking that box. We're also putting an ask out, everybody. I am about to embark on a 4-part series for CBS Evening News, and we are seeking people who would be willing to come on the air on national TV. I know that's scary, but it's kind of cool. We're looking for people who are thinking about retirement, people who are in their 30s. So we want someone in their 30s, someone in their 40s, someone in their 50s, and someone in their 60s. Now, specifically, I just want to note that for the folks in the 60s, I want to hear from somebody who may have been forced to go back into the labor force. This is going to be really an important part of our story. We want to find out how people are navigating all of the retirement issues that loom for them. So in their 60s, of course, we know that that means a lot of people have been forced to go back to work just to pay their bills. If there are people in their 50s, we want to hear about you and maybe the pressure you feel about your adult children, helping them out. If you're in your 40s, we want to hear about if you're feeling a little squeezed between your aging parents and maybe yourselves. Of course, if you're in your 30s, we really would love to know how you're thinking about something that's going on decades in the future. If you are willing to join us, send us an email. Go to jillonmoney.com. Click the Contact Us button. In the subject, put, I want to be on TV with Jill, or CBS Evening News, or retirement, whatever it is. If you want to join us, please get in touch with us because we're seeking people who would be willing to help us tell the retirement story that is in your life that is applicable to others. And you may think that your story is not that important. It is. It really is. So let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. Thank you so much in advance because it would be a big help if I can get my characters down. I get my producer, Andy, over at Evening News off my back about that. That would be nice. Okay, today we are going to talk to one of you, and this is Danielle, who is with us from Seattle, Washington, on a rare day in a spring where you are seeing sun and not rain. Right, Danielle?
That's right. We are very excited to always see the sun.
I mean, it seems probably boring. You must be like British people. Like, we're not talking about the weather. Come on. What's going on? How can we help you out?
Yeah, a few years ago, an uncle died, and he left me 2 life insurance plans, one with a 3.5% interest rate and one with a 4.5% interest rate. And I've mostly left that money alone, and as of today, there's approximately 37 in the 4.5 and 43 in the 3.5. My question today is, should I continue to leave these current plans or leave this money in the current plans, which is just managed by State Farm? It's not it is taxed, but there are no other fees. Or would they work harder for me elsewhere? Especially considering my partner does not have a retirement plan as part of his work benefits.
Okay. Well, let's think about this. So, Danielle, how old are you?
I'm 38. My partner is 36.
Do you guys both work?
We both work full time.
And you live together?
We do. We live together.
Okay. But not married?
We are married.
I like that you say partner. See, you straight people are freaking out us gay people because we used to say partner because we were like, we can't get married. But then you say partner and I think you're not married. So I'm all confused and I'm just telling you that I'm an old lesbian and this is what flummoxes me. So you're married, which is why you live together.
I mean, it's one of the benefits, right?
I mean, it's or not. I get it. How much do you guys earn together?
Yeah, so this year our household income is about 190.
Okay, that's great.
Pre-tax.
Okay, great. And so you're putting money away into a retirement account, right?
That's right. My employer offers a retirement account. I'm maxing that out, and we're both contributing to our Roth IRAs. The past 2 years, both of us have maxed out our Roth IRAs, and we've budgeted to do that this year as well.
That's amazing. That's great. Do you guys have kids yet?
We have one 6-year-old kid.
Okay. And are you planning to or trying to put money away for the 6-year-old's future education?
Yes, I'm so proud to say that we just opened a 529 plan. I got to check that off my big girl list. And we have 5,000 in that and have budgeted for 500 each month.
That's great. How about a home? Do you rent or do you own?
We own a home. Our mortgage has a 4.5% interest rate, and we have about 200,000 left on the loan.
Do you like it? You want to stick around?
We're going to stick around. Housing is a little bit crazy, especially in our area.
How much is the place worth?
The last time I looked on Zillow, I think it's about 800,000.
Okay. Any other debt besides that mortgage at 4.5%?
No other debt than the mortgage.
Okay.
We do need to think about getting a new car in the next 2 to 5 years, though.
Okay. And what's the amount that you have saved in retirement already?
Yeah, so I have about 180 in my 401k, and my husband has a 403b from a previous employer, and that's about 20,000.
And the 2 IRAs?
Oh, shoot. I'm going to guess we maxed it out, so that was 6 and 6.5 for the past 2 years.
All right.
Like 24.
Okay, great. And the 180 that you have in your retirement, is that a pre-tax or is it a Roth?
It's a pre-tax.
Okay, got it. How's the cash flow with maxing out your retirement account, the 2 IRAs and the 529?
We have a little bit of wiggle room. So our average, monthly expenditure is about 7,000, and so we do have a little bit left over. We do live in an older home, though, that frequently requires fixes or updates, and so we do have an emergency cash fund, also about 40,000.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. However, for example, our septic system failed a couple of years ago, and we had to replace that, and that was very spendy.
Yeah, PU also. Not fun. So when you received this inheritance from your uncle, was this unexpected for you?
It was, yeah. My uncle was a policeman and a volunteer firefighter, and he loved helping people. He had no kids and was not married, and so I'm very, very grateful that he thought of me and left this to me.
That's so sweet. So it's held. So these are 2 insurance policies, and now because you're the beneficiary, it's just held in this interest-bearing account. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
Okay.
Yes.
And if you were to take the money out, there's no penalty for that because you are the beneficiary. So you could potentially say, I want this money, right?
That's correct. The only thing that people have warned me about is once the money comes out, it can't go back in.
Yes, I get that. That's not a problem. So I'm of 2 minds right now. You mentioned the new car in 2 to 5 years. So is it 2 to 5 seems like a big wide swath? Do we think really more like 2 or more like 5? I'm just trying to gauge because in some respects, I could just leave some chunk of money. We could leave the 4.5% money in there right now, or the 3.5% money, and just say, all right, this is earmarked for the car. Or conversely, I could take some of the money out. Maybe what I would say is take the money out of the 3.5% because your kid's so young, and we could just put a chunk of money, 36 grand, into the 529 account, so you can not do the 500 a month. Just use that to put money in there. I mean, I don't know so what's the car situation?
Yeah, it's probably closer to 2 years. We do have a few other investments such as CDs, which are on a ladder, and so those will come up, and we could potentially access those.
Oh, tell me about that. You left that out. What do we got in the CD ladder?
Yeah, so we have about 20,000 in a CD ladder, and we did two different, I believe, 5-year ladders, and so they're kind of staggered throughout the next 5 years.
And it's like 5%-ish? Is that what we're looking at right now?
Yeah, it ranges from 4.8 to 5.4.
Okay. Well, we don't need to worry about that then. So I think, first of all, you're in really good shape and you're doing a fantastic job, right? I know you live in a high cost of living area, but it sounds like you bought your house right. meaning, you bought it at the right time. It has appreciated. You've got an interest rate that's affordable. You're living a great life. Specifically about these two investments, look, I am loath to just blow out of a 4.5% guarantee, but I would like to have a little supercharging of your 529 plan. I know that 3.5% feels like a nice guarantee as an interest rate, but obviously that interest rate is going to go down as interest rates go down in the future. And I kind of like the idea of getting some of this money out and into the 529 so that you can start accumulating some money, over the next 12 years before the 6-year-old goes to college. Do you think you'll have another kid, or is this it?
This is it for us.
This is it. Okay. So I like the idea of probably leaving the 4.5% for now, which is fine. And, either potentially using that and or the CD ladder and make this like the car account. Cause, a couple of years, who knows, right? That'll be fine. But I wouldn't mind having you guys each put the money into the 529 that'll take you to the annual exclusion amount, which is $18,000. Have you done 500 a month so far this year?
We just started in March.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, April.
Okay. So that's fine. You could basically say all right, we put this 500 in, but now you can put in, 17,000 each into the account, right? Pop it in there and get it going. And now there's no tax due on it. And now you're like fully checking something off your list, which is we are kind of supercharging our 529 account. And I think that would be what I would do. And then, the only other thing I would say is that 3.5% is fine, but you could literally take all the money out of the 3.5% from your uncle, right? Take everything out, put your chunk into your 529 that gets you to the annual exclusion amount, and take whatever is left over and just buy another CD for some chunk, for 4%, because you'll do better with a CD right now than you will with that guaranteed interest rate. I mean, I don't know how big a fancy car you're going to get, but you're going to need some money for a car. We know that, right?
Right. They don't come free.
No, sadly, no. So either in a high yield savings account, or you can just add whatever's left, you can add it to your CD ladder and you're done. And that's great. And then I think you're really on your way. And the 4.5% you can keep for I think that probably it's going to come down to a little bit, but you're going to need the money. So, I mean, I don't know. How much money do you think you're going to spend on a car?
We would love to keep it below 20,000.
No way.
Yes, we're frugal folks over here.
Is that possible?
We typically buy used.
Yeah, but even that.
It's our goal, right? You never know.
All right, I'm going to say 30. Yeah, I'm sort of feeling like that's not going to happen, but okay, fine. So, and what you can do also, by the way, is that like this year will fund your 529 account. Okay. Now next year, so we're talking 2025, you know what you can do? You can say, all right, well, let me see which CD has come due in a year, where are interest rates, and what's better to do? Take the money out of my uncle's policy that's earning 4.5 or 4, like you'll see what it's earning less. Use that to do the exact same thing next year for the 529. Because I think if you get, honestly, if you get like 60 grand in there in the next couple of years, that should be pretty good. Is this kid going to go to public or private university, or do we not know yet?
We have no idea. She's in kindergarten. So.
She's brilliant. Stop it. Don't insult my little listener. All right. But I mean, if you got 60 grand in there, wouldn't you feel like a lot less pressure about education?
I think we would, yes. Our only concern is that my husband does not have a formal retirement plan through his business. And we know that you can get loans for being a student, but you can't get loans for retirement.
You sound like you're quoting me back to myself. I hate when you do that. Yeah, I don't know. Like you're putting money in your Roths and you're maxing out and you guys are young. So I don't know. I feel okay about it.
Okay.
I would rather spend the next couple of years just getting that money funded, and we'll deal with your retirement. By the way, if everything is going great and he doesn't have a retirement account, then eventually what you guys do is that, like, if, you keep putting money into Roths, and if you can't do that, you can do backdoor Roths. And if you can't do that, you put money in a brokerage account and you'll be done.
Okay. So like anything, cash flow wise, that's extra, we should put in a brokerage account.
I think so. I do
Okay.
think so. You're managing this beautifully, and what a nice uncle you had. And I think that it's kind of cool if like money from, listen, I'm usually not very nostalgic about these things, but if he really wanted to help people, he helps you and he helps your kid at the same time. It's kind of great. It really
I think
is.
that's a lovely legacy for him.
Me
Yes.
too. Me too. Do you guys have your estate documents done?
I knew you were going to ask that. So we do have an appointment set up with a legal office to do that.
All right. All right. Yeah, I know I'm a nudge. I'm a total nudge. I know.
I appreciate that. I work in the medical field and we want people to have those things.
Absolutely. And do you have life insurance?
We do. My employer offers life insurance through their benefit package, and so we each have $250,000 for $4 a month.
Oh, that's good. But I don't know if that's enough. So let me keep spending your uncle's money.
Okay.
You probably need. Do you make more than your husband?
I do.
What's your income right now?
About 120.
I think you need more life insurance because if you died, God forbid, I know, we would lose that 120, but we'd also lose that engine of retirement growth of, you know what I mean? So I think you probably need and you're young and you're healthy. So I'd get 750 grand or, I would get $1 million of 20-year level term life insurance. And you can get that anywhere online. You can go to our sponsors, Policy Genius, or, but I think that it makes sense for you to have that protection. Because you are sort of the engine of growth for the family, without your income, there's a real problem. So let's make sure we insure that problem.
All right. I'll look into that.
Look into that. All right. I don't know. I feel like you're just yesing me. You'll look into it. You should do it.
I'm not that type of person. I can call you back in a few months.
All right. You let me know. Okay. So if you're like Danielle and you have some uncle who just out of the blue left you some money, let's help you figure out what to do with that. Go to our website, JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. We'll walk you through what your options are. Don't forget, while you're on the website, subscribe to our service, Jill on Money Live. That's where you have access to quarterly live webinars and lots of cool bonus video content. And again, if you are interested in participating in this cool TV series that I'm trying to create, do let us know. Say on the subject line, I want to be on TV. You have to be in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, or your 60s. And you have to be thinking about some retirement question that's vexing you. That's what we're trying to explore on the nation's airwaves. So give us a holler and we would really appreciate it. Okay, you can subscribe to this program on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcast. Please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. And also, lift someone up. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.